The world abounds in change through man's ability.
Ginger pigs. That's all I got.
And pork-eating women.
I love the line.
I can see my pig in the marquee lights.
Like guitars that tune good.
Spare ribs tonight.
Like guitars that tune good and firm feeling women. Boom! Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, baby.
You could take a punch. Doing anything tonight? No, just Netflix and chill.
It's just like I like hard women and guitars that are easy to tune.
Nobody likes a guitar that's not easy to tune. Unless you've got roadies to do it for
Like
you.
Waylon was on stage one night and his Strat was just fucking up on him. Or no, he played a telly. He just couldn't tune it. He looked over, saw Jessie Coulter, and she's like, man, she's firm. Wait, hold it, everybody. He walked up stage and jotted it down.
I just had an epiphany and also a song idea.
Welcome to Foulcast, everybody. I'm Josh.
I'm Ken.
I'm Doug. And we're here in the fucking snowpocalypse.
It's weird.
It's not actually that much snow for this part of the country.
Well, it's fucking weird. There was nothing. I went down to my basement for like an hour and a half, started work, came upstairs, snow everywhere. Had to drive to York.
Ugh.
Took 2 hours, and then fucking nothing. Mm-hmm. Google tried to kill me.
Yeah?
Yeah. I come like back roads all the way to Route 30, then I go into York, and somebody had wrecked on Route 30 somewhere. I was stopped on a bridge, but the bridge was over a road, and Google was like, left turn at the same time to avoid traffic.
Like, Google, I don't know if you realize this is a bridge.
I was like, what the fuck?
MapQuest tried to do that to me back in the day, except it had me taking a bridge that didn't exist anymore at night.
Yeah.
Jason Wright was in the car with me at the time because we were driving to my landlord's house to drop a check there because I didn't have enough time to mail it to him. It was late. And the instructions we had printed out because it was that long ago from MapQuest.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, okay, now go down this road. And like he noticed and I didn't that there was a sign off to the side that said bridge out. Wasn't in the middle of the road. It was off to the side. He's like, oh, that says bridge out. And I stopped real quick. And then we got out and looked and there was just a drop. Like, okay, cool.
They'd be writing country songs about you.
I asked people about it later who were like from that area because I think that bridge was in like Marietta area somewhere. So I knew people that lived down there. And they were like, that bridge has been out for over 15 years.
It's like the one in Royalton.
Yeah.
That
they just never bothered to fix it.
They did eventually,
Yeah,
but
right.
like within the past like 10 years.
There was literally one road in and out of Royalton.
Yeah.
I had to make a detour before coming over here tonight. I remember a couple months ago I said I was trying to sell a microphone.
Yeah.
No.
And that was when the guy down in York, like
The church guy.
the church guy,
Yeah.
kept trying to like dime me down on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Like,
no,
I know you
no,
think
I'm
this is going to work because you're a church, but you picked the wrong guy.
Well, and that's generally how it's gone for the last few months. People message me, they lowball me just ridiculously. And I'm like, no, you'll never
that
get
much
what
of a
you're
hurry.
asking.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I will, and I don't need to sell it,
Yeah.
so I will.
If this is the last one on Earth.
If this is the last mic. No? Okay.
So, yeah, I just kept playing the patience game. Last week I actually got pissed about it because there was a guy that was trying to get me down on it. He offered me like $200 to begin with. I was like, nah, dude, I'd come down a little bit, but 200's not happening. It's like 225 is as high as I'd go. They go for 370 new on Amazon. I was like, all right, go to Amazon.
Go buy one on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent me a screenshot of it. I'm like, yeah, that's nice. And I sent him a screenshot of what they actually sell for on Reverb, so the used market. And like 275 to 325. I'm asking 300. Very fair.
You're right.
You're never going to get that. It's like, well, all right.
Okay.
Today,
But he still wants it.
yeah, he still wants it. No. Today, this guy, different guy but this guy messaged me, and when he messaged me before, he was like, "Will you do a trade?" And I was like, "I'll listen to an offer, but I'm not really sure. So, what do you got?" He's like, "Well, what do you want?" No, I just told you I don't really want anything. Do you have any like guitars or amps or anything like that?
Anything that even if I don't want it, it would be easier to unload than
Yeah.
this fucking microphone.
You want some Gucci or a Nintendo Switch? Like, nah, dude. This. It's like, oh well, I shot my shot.
You want some Gucci?
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, give me some Gucci.
Give me
What do you got?
$300 worth of Gucci. I have no idea. He could show up with fucking anything.
Right.
Like, it's Gucci. This is $300 worth of Gucci, and I'd be like, yeah,
Oh.
okay, sucker, driving off with like bolts of fabric or something.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah,
have no idea.
Bootleg Gucci pattern fabric.
So I already had, wariness with this guy. But today he messaged me again. And he's like, "Do you still have this?" I was like, "Yes, I do." It's like, "Okay, I want to buy it. Do you know if it'll fit on this mic stand?" I'm like, "Well, the reviews say, some reviews say yes, some reviews say no, so, you might want to look into something sturdier." He's like, all right, I still want it. It's like, "Will you come down to 300? Like, yeah, no problem, because I listed at 325 because you know the game.
Yeah,
Everyone always wants a deal.
Yep.
So you let them make the offer for what you actually expect for it, and yeah, easy peasy. Well, offers 300. I'm like, yeah, all right, let's do this. Come meet me over here at Sheets. He's like, "Well, with the roads the way they are." Like, all right. I got to go to Camp Hill tonight, Mechanicsburg, whatever. He's in Camp Hill. He's like, "I'll meet you at the Sheets over there." He's like, yeah, meet me at this one. Like 2 hours before I'm supposed to come over here, he sends me a message. He's like, "I got the money, but can I pay part of it with PayPal?" I say, "Nah, dude. That's cash only."
You gonna send it friends and family? Like,
Yeah. Like cash only. I'm not
I don't know what you're trying to pull, but no.
yeah, it's just like not
if you got the money, just give me the fucking money.
Yeah.
Why are we talking
not
about
saying I
this?
don't trust you, but like we don't know each other. This
Right.
is cash only.
Yeah. Like, no offense, but I don't fucking know you.
Yeah. Like if you don't have the money tonight, that's fine. We could wait a couple days. Like, no, I got the money. Just meet me. We'll do this.
Yeah.
I fucking drive over there and I get a text like 5 minutes from the Sheets. "Can we meet tomorrow? I'd rather wait till I got the money." And I'm like,
You just said you had the
What?
money,
You just said
motherfucker.
multiple
yeah,
times
I'm
you
thinking
have the
like,
money.
what did you think was gonna happen? Like, I was gonna show up and you were gonna like give me like $200 and think I didn't notice, or
Yeah. Fuck.
I was gonna show up and you were gonna like fucking pull a knife on me or something.
Well, like, if he knew he didn't have the money, right?
Yeah,
Number one, why would you say, "I have the money, but can I pay you some in PayPal?" And then when you said no, why would he reinforce, "I still want it and I have the money"?
yeah.
Like, that's the point at which there's no return. You're gonna find out he doesn't have the money very soon.
And like I said, I've felt weird about this since he was trying to give me Gucci.
Yeah.
I was like, "Can we just meet up tomorrow when I got the money?"
Oh my god.
I was in the car, so I was like, "Yeah, fine," but
I mean,
I'm-
you were
I'm
coming
go-
here anyway, I guess.
I'm gonna end up messaging this guy, just being like, "Nah, dude, this is
Yeah,
fucking
it's
weird
sketchy as
now.
fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing, but
Look, I went and bought a Laserdisc player from like hardcore QAnon guy, and it was less sketchy than that. So
I often wonder about the guy that Bruce bought his table from, because that was like
yeah,
at the very early. I wonder if that guy was eventually went down the QAnon road.
you know,
I didn't
Could be.
see anything. There's lots of libertarian stuff though, so
that's a fast track.
Yeah.
The libertarian Christian pipeline to QAnon
Yeah.
is real quick. Oh my god, I have to show you guys this blanket that Casey's making. As a mushroom.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm telling her you said that.
it's great, Nick. Is this a pizza?
It is a pizza.
Nice.
Oh, maybe it is a mushroom.
It's a
Okay, yeah,
fucking
yeah, I get it.
pizza.
That is pretty cool.
That's
I love it so much. I don't remember who she's making that for. It's not me though. I'm a little sad about it. Although I so rarely need blankets. I only get cold in Philadelphia.
yeah.
But I get cold in Philadelphia.
I've been living with some blankets lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a staph infection.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking it is just all doctors now. I'm convinced, like they're all fucking bullshit, because when I saw this shit pop up on me, like I had an abscess in my one underarm, and it just never came to surface. And I'm like, all right, so it's just healing. That's what they do sometimes. But then one night, like I looked in the mirror and I had this fucking big purple like boil on my like collarbone. Like, oh, that's fucking weird. And then the next day, I just noticed this weird pain on my rib cage. And I looked, and it looked like a spider bite or something. So I did something stupid, and I just, put rubbing alcohol and Neosporin on it. And I'm like, well, yeah, fucking sterilize it. And, well, no, man, rubbing alcohol just irritates the shit out of that. And just
Dries it out and
like
shit.
ate right through the skin. And suddenly, like, one spot turned into several spots, and then the bandages started ripping more skin. And,
Oh my god.
like, my fucking ribs were just...
I would think.
mess.
Yeah, I would have.
Damn,
I
dude.
probably would have done the same thing and fucked it up.
Yeah.
So I went to the doctor and like, hey, think I got staph. And this wasn't my doctor, because my doctor couldn't get an appointment with him for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
So I made an appointment with someone else there. I'm like, I'm going to see this doctor and be like, hey, this fucking guy down the hall. Okay? Some of the shit he says. What do you have to think about this?
Yeah, give me your take on that guy.
Yeah.
But no, I show this chick my my staph, and she's like, looks like an upper respiratory infection.
An external upper respiratory infection?
Sometimes they present with skin irritations. Do you have any?
Only because there's a bunch of respiratory infections happening right now.
Yeah, and she's like, do you have any upper
yeah.
respiratory symptoms? Are you coughing? Are you blowing your nose? I'm like, no, not really. Blow my nose in the morning once.
I haven't coughed in 12 years. I don't know what you're talking about.
Never.
I don't know what coughing means.
She's like, well,
Only cough when someone's got my nuts in their hand.
it's like, well, I think it's an upper respiratory infection, but I'll give you an antibiotic just to cover the bases. Let me tell you, that fucking antibiotic. Holy
What was
shit.
it?
Doxycycline.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good. That's the bleach. The bleach of.
That's the
Whatever.
Trump COVID cure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like drinking bleach.
Yep. This will.
Oh.
Well,
Try
when
to
you
not-
said that that's what you were on, my first thought was, oh, he's got to be shitting so much.
Yeah.
That's
No.
not great for the current condition of his butthole.
No, I mean, when I was in the hospital with sepsis a few years ago for the liver stuff, and I got C. diff, I quickly learned if you're going to take antibiotics, get a fucking probiotic.
Yeah.
And get one that survives antibiotics.
None of
So
those yogurts from the grocery store.
yeah.
Yeah.
I went and I got the Flora store. Fucking $30 for a little glass jar of pills. Not even like a good supply of pills, like 2 weeks of pills.
Ugh.
But
How long were you going to be on the antibiotics?
it was originally supposed to be 10 days.
All right, so pretty much matches up.
So like immediately after I start taking this thing, man, I felt like fucking death. I felt bad. I started having like muscle aches, headaches every fucking day for the last 2 weeks. Under my arm, man, I got like this fucking lump now. And not like a little like lymph node sized lump. Like my fucking palm is just
Ugh.
Damn, dude.
under one
lanced?
arm and not the other. So like looking at that and thinking how I feel, I'm like, that abscess never came to the surface. Something's fucked up in there, and I'm probably dying of sepsis again.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I'm going to urgent care. I'm going to the ER. They won't even fucking look at me. They're both like, yeah, well, keep taking your antibiotic and get the fuck out of here. Don't waste our time. Doctor at the ER wheels in a ultrasound machine. I'm like, okay, good. This guy's gonna fucking look, and I'm at least gonna figure out what's going on here. He's like, I'm not even gonna use this. Go see a dermatologist about the skin tags. I'm like, dude,
That's not
there
why
is
I'm
a
here, bro.
black spot in there, and my arm fucking stinks. I'm like, and I, like, right out of the shower, it fucking stinks. I've never fucking smelled this before in my life, and I know what I smell like. It's like, yeah, don't worry about it.
You have had plenty of time to get used to what you smell.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they should probably trust you on that.
Like, dude, this is not BO. This is something weird. Am I rotting in there? He's like, go see a dermatologist. Fucking, I'm not worried about this. So, like, I go home, and every day still, like, I'm having fevers. Not, like, bad fevers, but, like, you get up to, like, the 99s, low 100. And they're just like, if your body temperature fluctuates so much, if you're not staying up there, I don't care. So it's like, well, that's great, but I still feel like shit every fucking day. So last night, I finally like, Googled the side effects of...
You're not even old enough for doctors to have given up on you yet.
right?
Like,
Seriously.
Like, in your 30s?
No,
They're
but,
like, fuck it, go home.
I mean, I've had so many fucking medical issues in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
That everyone sees me and there's like this fucking guy again. I've turned into one of those guys. And I'm like, look, I don't even want to fucking be here.
Right.
But if I'm gonna die, I just want to die. I don't want to fucking
Wither away and shit.
Yeah. It's like I'm trying not to suffer here, okay? I'm not here to spend fucking 9 hours in an ER
Yeah, nobody
for a fun
wants,
week.
Yeah, nobody
You know?
wants to do this.
Fucking Juanita over there coughing her fucking COVID lungs out on me. Yeah, Google the side effects of doxycycline last night. And one of the first things that pops up is intracranial hypertension.
Really?
Yeah,
So, like, high
Headache.
blood pressure in your brain.
in
Yeah.
your head, yeah.
Wow.
Like, and it is a rare doxycycline side effect. But if you're having headaches on doxycycline,
You're
if
supposed
you're
to go to
having
the
muscle
doctor.
aches on doxycycline, you're supposed to call the doctor and be like, hey.
This is a possible
Weird shit.
emergency. Yeah.
And I've called the doctor a couple times in the last 3 weeks. I'm like, look, I feel awful. I'm having all these fevers. I'm just breaking out in sweats. Like, we're playing D&D the other night, and I'm sitting there. It's just like 7 o'clock at night. And the sweat starts coming down my head in a cold-ass basement. Like, what the fuck's happening to me here? Yeah, so, I'm calling the doctor. I'm like, what is going on with me? And they're sick of me, so they don't even want to call me back anymore. Well, I called the doctor this morning. I'm like, hey, I've been taking doxycycline for 16 days now. I've had a bad headache like 15 of those days. He called me back in 5 minutes. They're like, yeah, get off that now.
They couldn't have told you that when you went in for it, though.
No.
Like, they should have known that you were on it.
Yeah.
And you said you had headaches every day.
Yeah.
And they just said go home.
Yeah.
Or go to a dermatologist.
Yeah.
Because they can help you with that.
Yeah.
Fuck,
I mean,
dude.
I'm supposed to see the doctor tomorrow because I want to get this fucking thing under my arm checked out.
Right.
But like, bad lymph node swelling's another side effect of doxy.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting I'm gonna go in there and they're like, yeah, your fevers aren't really fevers, but this shit fucked you up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to hope that being off it fixes things, which we really have to hope because next step is like they put you on diuretics and you get a spinal tap.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Fucking.
Oh, my fucking God.
I know we've been telling you to get a new doctor, but I think you need a new you need to go to a different health system because they are failing the fuck out of you.
You might need to go to a different country.
They are
Doctors here
failing
just
the
don't
fuck
give a
out of
fuck
you.
anymore.
I mean, it's bad right now with healthcare.
Yeah.
But like,
Well, I have to imagine that's why it's as bad as it has been, because like
it's not. It's
there's
contribute.
no
Yeah.
excuse for somebody to present to you saying, "I'm on a medication that you're supposed to see a doctor if you have this side effect, and I'm having that side effect
Yeah.
and have been for a couple of weeks now." Like,
Yeah. And as soon as I pointed that out, like directly,
right?
they're like, "Oh shit, get off that."
Yeah,
So they're
it
not
shouldn't
even-
be up to you
Yeah.
to figure this shit out.
Yeah, no, they can put two and two together. They went to how many years of medical school?
I'm not the one that's supposed to be Googling this shit and being like, "Is this possible?"
Yeah.
You're supposed to hear that and be like, "Oh
Yeah,
shit."
what the hell are you even paying them for at that point?
Yeah. And it's like this isn't just like the Middletown doctors, like the UPMC Middletown doctors. This is a fucking urgent care. It's
ER.
an emergency
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, man. It sounds like UPMC is fucking trash.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean,
I knew the ER visit was going to go bad when I went in there, and the lady working triage was the same one that had me sitting around for like 6 hours waiting to take a piss. Like, as soon as I saw her, I was like, oh, fuck.
yeah, this
like,
is gonna
look.
be my day now.
I don't have a fever now, but earlier it was like 99.9. She's like, yeah, well, it's 98.6 now. You have no fever, so we're not even going to draw blood. She's like, if you want to wait out in the waiting room, we can have someone check you out, but it's going to be a while because, priority. Which I understand,
Sure.
And
You got your arm lopped off. You should probably cut in line.
yeah, very reasonable there. I understand, but like at the same time, it makes you wonder. Like, do you really think I'm just here for fun?
yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, I'm not searching for like pain meds. I'm searching for like
Yeah,
make sure I'm not fucking poisoning myself here.
yeah, exactly. You've never gone in there looking for. You've gone in there with legitimate problems and been like, "Hey, I've got the like." What did they think is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess there's like, oh, here comes that fucking hypochondriac that actually has problems. Like, that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, I get that they're stretched really thin, and like everybody's understaffed, and nobody has time to do their job properly, but to just not do it at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
When you're in healthcare.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a malpractice suit.
right.
Like when you go to the doctor
Mm-hmm.
and they know that you're on a medication that could give you headaches, and that's like considered a rare and possibly serious side effect. And you go in and you say, "I'm having headaches every day," and they they don't even examine you.
like it's not just like possibly serious. If the intracranial thing gets bad, your vision's just
Yeah. All that
like
pressure and shit.
you get fucked up, man. You have strokes, seizures, you go blind.
Mm-hmm.
I would seriously be considering suing them over that. They're insured. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I wasn't just going to stop taking it, even though I very well thought like, oh, well, I should stop taking it. But I want to call the doctor and be like, look, is it safe to come off this? Just like
Yeah. Because you can fuck yourself up on, I mean, steroids mostly, but...
yeah.
Well, and to stop
called
taking
them
an antibiotic midway through a course can also be like worse than never taking it in the first place.
Yep.
And like they'd already extended the course because of the symptoms.
Yeah.
Because I did 10 days of this, and my skin had started improving by that point. But I called them back and they're like, "Look, I'm still having fevers. I'm having bad headaches every single day."
That right there should have been
Yeah,
an
exactly.
alarm bell.
They didn't even call me back that day. I had to call them back the next day. I'm like,
Yeah.
I had my last dose of this antibiotic today. What should I do? And they finally called me back towards the end of the day, and they were like, "Yeah, we sent in another script for more doxy. Just do another 10-day course of it."
They didn't even actually listen to your voicemail then.
No,
Like they
they
couldn't
heard
even.
he's still having trouble, so give him more.
Yeah.
Not like
Like they didn't even listen to the actual words.
I wonder if the doctor even...
I have no idea.
Yeah, that sounds like a failure.
It sounds like
Complete
maybe
failure.
the doctor put on the file, like if he calls back and says that he's still having issues after the course is over, just extend it.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you're reporting adverse side effects,
Yeah, right.
maybe
yeah,
don't.
like that could be on the chart, but if they don't look to see what the fuck he was in there originally for, it's like, if some dumbass was like, "Oh, he's still having headaches, give him more antibiotics," like, no, you stupid asshole. That's when have you ever? Yeah, man,
No, that's fucked.
Yeah,
you need to go to Penn State or something.
You need to go to
I'm about to join a rare club, the colonoscopy at 38 club, because my
I might end up there.
hell yeah.
Yeah, I might end up there soon. I have my doctor's appointment next month.
Oh,
And with my mom's issues, he's
cautious.
hinted
Oh.
that maybe he wants to play. So I might be in there. Not 38. Well, no, I mean, if he's like, "Let's do this right now," it'll be 38. Otherwise, it'll probably be 39.
see, they wanted to bump me up to 40 the last time I saw the GI because like my grandparents
Yeah.
had colon cancer, and when I went back, this appointment finally came up from when I blew my asshole out back at the beginning of November. But I kept the appointment because I'm like, well, fuck it, I might as well see this guy and see what he has to say because I had to wait fucking 7 weeks.
Yeah, at this point you have to see like 60 doctors to get any hint of an idea. So see as many as you can.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, with you having gone to this many doctors already and emergency room visits and shit, the fee for this doctor's visit is going to be a drop in the bucket. So fuck it.
Yeah, so I don't know, I go in there, sit down, I'm like, yeah, so I saw the call the surgeon. He's like, which one? I'm like, Goldman. He's like, oh yeah, he's good.
Oh yeah, I went to college with him.
Yeah, Goldman's good. That's who did my mom's surgery.
Oh yeah?
Wow.
Yeah.
I should send him
That's
another
amazing.
email.
Yeah, Goldman. Yeah, I like that guy. He was no business, man. Mom was like, he doesn't laugh much.
He laughed at me. Young kid?
Oh no, this guy was old.
Oh yeah, this guy's
Okay, that's Goldman Jr. maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's like, oh man, he took a big ass shit and broke his ass. That's fucking great. No, I told the GI, like, yeah, the colorectal surgeon has got me taking like 30 grams of Metamucil a day. He's like, oh, how much is that? Like a teaspoon or two? I'm like, no, like 6 big teaspoons. He's like, oh, well, how about we give you a pill? I'm just like, oh, god damn it. You fucking doctors and your pills.
Did you say 30 grams?
Yeah.
On top of regular diet.
On top of whatever I eat.
30 grams of like water, which is way more dense than Metamucil, is like an ounce of water.
Okay.
It's like an entire ounce of water. 30 grams of Metamucil, by definition, has to be like way more than a teaspoon.
Yeah.
It's
How can you be a medical professional and not be able to figure that out?
Oh, well, this guy's like, well, maybe you still have a teaspoon of fiber, but how about we get you on a pill instead? And I'm just like, fucking write the prescription, but I don't want to start taking more fucking pills. It's like, dude,
What's easier?
I'm just gonna keep throwing fucking Metamucil in some water. It's working for me, so.
It might be a little more expensive than the pills, but
Yeah, but I mean,
it's keeping you hydrated at the same time.
Yeah.
Which you never really had a problem with anyway.
Yeah.
But
like 30 grams of fiber. I drink like 200 ounces of water a day. He's like, 200 ounces of water a day? Like, yep. Do what I gotta do.
next, you're going to be telling me you brush your teeth 3 times a day.
It's like, oh.
I got you on that one, though.
I think I drink like 200 ounces of water. I drink a fuck ton of water. D measured me one day. I think it was like 180 to 200. It was a lot. That's all I do.
I feel like
I started it when working at the lodge, and then
I mean, you're running around constantly
I was
there. So.
constantly running, and now it's just natural.
I drink so little water, and I figure if I operate in like a semi-desiccated state, infections are less likely to take hold because they need water too. That's my logic.
You're like dehydrated steak.
Mm-hmm. Like if I drink too much water, I might die.
Right, you're like dry aged.
Yeah, exactly. Just hang me up in the smokehouse.
Yep.
Just hope they don't put you on Doxy, man. That's one of the ones that still breaks through against the antibiotic resistant stuff. So, but yeah, it's. Whew. And I thought like, all right, you hear the way things are. He's gonna suggest I have a colonoscopy now, and it'll happen in like 6 months.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna put my ass in there in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard that a colonoscopy is highly unpleasant, even if you're used to having things jammed up your asshole. So
I've heard the prep is really the
Oh yeah,
unpleasant
the
part.
prep sucks.
well, I guess they put you under for a colonoscopy.
yeah,
Yeah.
you've got to drink this stuff and just stay on the toilet for like 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Mom says
Is
the
it-
lemon flavor is the one to get.
Is it?
I don't know. She was like, I like the I was like, okay, I'll remember that.
Is 12 hours on the toilet actually worse than 6 hours in an ER?
I'd rather sit on the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah, that might actually be a blessed relief. Just to be able to be home, sit on the potty for a while.
Not if you got a prolapsing internal hemorrhoid, though.
Oh, it's true.
Less time on the toilet, the better. I
Yeah.
don't even take my phone to the toilet anymore.
Yeah,
30
probably for the
grams of
best.
Metamucil, you don't need to.
Comes out of light speed. It's like fire and blaster bolts.
Doctor's like, you got diarrhea? I'm like, dude, when you eat that much Metamucil a day, everything comes out formed. It's like, it might be diarrhea inside the casing, but I can't tell.
You're
I'm gonna start calling you about your bowcaster.
You're like when Gandalf blows out that smoke ship. You're like blowing out fully formed stuff.
Oh my god.
Shit art.
So there's a congealed metamucite,
Oh.
and that's what your shit's like, except
That came out of your drink. You weren't just walking around with
right,
that.
right,
You're not just
right.
packing it in your cheek now, are you? Delayed release.
Yeah, keep it going.
Yeah, that's what your shit's like, except shit-sized.
Yeah. And I'm assuming shit colored.
Yeah.
If it came out orange.
Oh, that'd be fucked up.
Like a layer of orange gel just encasing your shit.
Tell ya, I wish I'd been eating 30 grams of fiber my whole life, though, because those are good shits. And I wonder what those shits would be like if my asshole wasn't broken.
Could possibly be the most satisfying shits.
Hey, Doc, get me fixed up. I got some stuff I want to try.
Right. Like, no, it's not bothering me so much anymore, but I really want to see what this fucker does when it
I'm
shits
just
right.
curious at this point.
Like, I can send you pictures again if you want.
Just keep sending in pictures. Like,
Just keep sending him pictures of your asshole forever.
they're gonna finally end up doing like some kind of surgery or something. You're gonna go through all the whole way of the recovery. You're just like, hey, buddy, still looking good. Wink, wink.
Just every other day, send him a new picture of your butthole and say, how does it look now?
Oh, I hope I don't need asshole surgery.
I think that everybody can agree with it on Earth.
Yeah, it seems pretty unpleasant. I've read a bunch of people who've had hemorrhoid surgery now, and unpleasant.
Yeah, I knew
can't
a guy
imagine
that
it's
had
good.
it. It wasn't. It took him a while. His recovery was a while.
The butthole, the back, these are the kind of parts of your body that you don't realize how important they are and how many things are linked to the health of that part of your body until it goes wrong.
Yeah.
And then everything fucking falls apart.
Yeah.
My aunt had a back surgery like, I want to say it may have been like 2 years ago now. It was just around the time COVID started.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been like falling apart ever since.
Yeah. That kind of, when they give you that, like, that major surgery, if any little thing goes wrong,
Yeah.
it fucks everything up. And if you don't, especially if you don't, with joints, if you puss out through the pain of the rehab, you completely fucked it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my mom got her knees done, they were like, you have to move these immediately. It's going to hurt like hell.
Yeah.
But if you don't, all the scar tissue will build up, and you're going to need this in like 2-3 years. You're just not going to be able to move your legs. So you get and it's the same way with like hips and shoulders. Like, that shit is fucked up.
Yeah. My dad's been thinking he needs hip replacement stuff. And when they, he's gone to doctors and they're like, well, we think it's in your back. And if you don't absolutely need it, you shouldn't get it.
Yeah.
So my dad's basically like, well, can I tough it out and die before I absolutely
Yep.
need it?
Yeah. It's my department head. He just had both of his hips. Well, a couple years ago, he had his hips done. We had a department holiday party last week, and somebody dropped something, bent down to pick it up. He was like, I can't do that. I was like,
Oh,
what?
man.
And he was like, I'd still be down there. If I bent down, I'd have to crawl out of the room and go find a wall to lean against. I was like, fuck, man. That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I get real worried about my knee. I mean, I used to be real worried about my bad knee,
Yeah.
like that I fucked up in when I was a kid, because I had to have like the cartilage taken care of, and I had part of the kneecaps gone. And I always thought, like, when I get old, that thing's gonna be fucking shitty. But now it's my good knee that drives me fucking crazy. Like I can just feel the arthritis in it some days.
The knee replacements, so long, like I said, so long as you work through the recovery and you don't have any setbacks, it's not that long because they want you using it right away.
Yeah.
It's just intense.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what. Now, Dee's dad had a lot of trouble because he's naturally red-haired, and he, when they put people that are red-haired have a lot of trouble with being put under.
Yeah.
And like Novocaine, being numbed.
Really?
Yeah.
There's like a
Yeah.
genetic...
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost feeling in his legs for like 5 months.
Shit.
He was in the hospital for a while, maybe more like 3 or 4. But yeah,
Like they kept him in all that time?
he couldn't move. Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
he couldn't use his legs.
So, is it that it works too well?
Yeah, it's like your body goes to sleep and parts of it
Just don't
wake
back
up.
again.
Yeah. He had numbness for ever.
That sucks. I bet he can't even do whippets.
I don't know.
Should ask.
He's worried he has to get rotator
Dude,
cuffs
can
every
Doug
night.
get your dad high?
I could do it too. I made a purchase recently.
Okay.
I was like, we haven't had whippets in a while. We should pick some up. But then I remembered that at the restaurant supply where we would normally go to pick them up, they don't have them out on the shelf anymore where you just grab a couple and take them to the counter. You have to ask them for them. And they still don't ask you what you need them for. They assume you're at the restaurant supply store, you need them to make whipped cream. But like the person has to like go into the back, and apparently they're hidden way in the back of the back so that people don't get into them or something.
And everybody like has to know where they are.
Yes, they all have to know where they are. And it was to the point where like Casey wanted to buy 3 boxes of them last time she went there, and the girl came back with 2, and she was like, "Oh, I actually wanted 3," and she was like, "I can go back and get them," and she was like, "No, that took so long. That had to be a pain in the ass. Don't worry about it. I'll just come back sooner." But like we decided we didn't want to deal with that anymore, so I'm like, well, let's see what kind of deals I can get buying them online. And generally, it's more expensive because they come in little aluminum bulbs, so they're heavy. And each of those bulbs gives you half a balloon full of nitrous oxide. So, like, you need quite a few of them if you're going to have a real good time. And so, just out of chance, I was just scrolling pretty fast through the listings on eBay just to see if I saw anything that was, like, huge bulk. And I did. I found somebody selling... How many was that? 600 600 whipped cream chargers for like $100 and something bucks.
Oh, you're
And
stuck.
I'm like, that, and Casey went to visit her family up north and just hopped over to a reservation in New York. Like, takes like half an hour to get there from there. And they'll just sell you weed. And like they get like brand name products and stuff too sometimes. And she bought like 2 ounces of weed for like $120, which $120 would usually get you like maybe like 1 ounce of not very good at all weed, and this was actually pretty decent. So you can make butter with it so that we can make edibles. So yeah, we're fucking stocked. Like we have gotten through just barely over 1 box out of the 12 boxes that we got of those whipped cream chargers, and I'm like, I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
We're gonna be good for a while. So yeah, if we want to do an experiment with these, Dad,
Okay.
I'll get him good and high, and then he might not be able to walk for a
Yeah,
while.
exactly. So a couple weeks ago, Dee and I had a date night planned. We were going to go down to Lancaster.
Okay.
I was like, let's go on a date night. I was like, what do you want? She's like, find me a good burger. So I found this place, the Cavalier Meat Company. They were fantastic. But the day before...
Ginger Pig Meat Company.
Yeah. It's not the Ginger Pig Meat Company. But, it just so happened the day before, some coworkers were like, hey, you want to come hang out tomorrow? Take a half day and go hang out in Lancaster. I was like, yeah, why not? I got time. So we met at El Serrano, ate, and then we were like, went into the city. It's funny because it was 3 of us, and the one coworker's Puerto Rican, and he's into photography, and he was like, I'm so glad you guys are with me. We're like, why? He was like, well, the other couple weeks ago I was taking pictures with his wife, and he was taking pictures of a bike on a rack or something, and some white bitch rolled up in her boyfriend's car and was like, are you gonna steal that? And he was like, excuse me? And she was like, are you taking pictures to steal it? Because you're gonna steal that. And he was like, motherfucker, what?
Who takes pictures of something before they
With a
steal it?
DSLR camera. Casing the joint, you know.
Yeah.
Idiot.
You want to take some good artistic photographs
Yeah.
of the joint you're going to rob.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, so it's good to have two white guys with me. I can take some actual pictures.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Like, that's so stupid it can only
Yeah.
be racist.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no other explanation
Yeah.
for that.
He was like, the light changed and they drove off, and he was like, the guy said nothing. He was just probably just like, oh my
He was
God.
probably mortified.
Yeah,
I would be.
yeah.
That's grounds for breaking up right there.
Exactly.
That's a deal breaker.
Or at least, like, if they're both racist, but she's just more dumb than he is.
They drove away and he's like, you don't say it to their faces.
Yeah. But we walked around a small section of the city. And we ended up, he was trying to find this like bar or something, and we found like the front, and we walked through, and there was a band playing, but it was like just a band. There was like nobody there yet, so we walked around another part of the town where he was taking pictures. Then we came back in, and we found the other side, and we went in, and we're like, he was like, hey, let's sit down and watch this band. We're like, whatever. They were a blues band. Blues on the Loose. Took me right back to fucking that blues society thing we went to.
Oh, nice.
But
Oh, I want to go to that again sometime. That was fun.
it was literally that experience again. A bunch of old people just chilling out to the blues and drinking Yingling. That's exactly what it was. And the dance moves were amazing. This one dude, his dance move was just walking around. He just got up and walked around the dance floor.
That's what kind of dance, though?
I mean, that's my speed for
Yeah,
dancing.
that's all he did.
That's a lanky stroll right there.
If you give it a name, it's a dance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there was some some rhythm to the walk. He certainly has had his share of probably hip and knee surgeries, so that's probably all he could do. But as we sat there, we watched them play like 2 sets, like end their first set and played their second set, and we're like, it's time to go. So I was like, all right, let me run to the bathroom. I go in the bathroom, 6 urinals, like a porcelain divider here, and then urinal 1 through 6. So
3 urinals.
no, 6 total.
That's not how urinals work.
So I go into number 1, and I'm taking a leak. And this old guy comes in and goes to number 2.
Oh.
Who goes to number 2?
Exactly. There are 3 urinals.
At least one in between. And he's digging in his pants. And I'm like,
lose it?
yeah. Well, then he goes, I know it's in here somewhere. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like,
Like, I hope that was a joke.
yeah, you know, I go, well, I ain't helping you find it. I got the fuck out of there.
Damn.
I was like, we gotta go.
I heard somebody say recently, it was probably in a TikTok or something, like, urinal conversations are all well and good until you get a compliment about your watch.
Nice.
That just reminded me of that.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I don't want to know what it's
Well,
gonna
you know
happen
what?
next.
Maybe just, number 1, don't use the urinal right next to somebody
Exactly.
when there's, like, 5 other ones available,
Yeah.
or 4 other ones available. And, like, number 2, don't talk to me.
No.
Don't talk to me about your dick while we're at the urinals.
Like, step 1 was coming right up next.
We're
Step
touching
2,
elbows and you're talking to me
Yeah.
about your dick. I don't know you.
yeah, dude. Like, part of me was like, if I were here with Josh and Doug, I would see where this goes. But I'm here
Like if
with
one of us was in the
coworkers.
stall or something.
Right. I would just see how far this goes. But I'm not, so I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Sometimes I get a little sad that I don't own an establishment that needs urinals. Because The urinals I'd have installed would be like faces
Yeah.
with
Oh,
open
yeah.
mouths.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
If I walked into a bathroom where you had to piss in something's mouth,
Yeah.
that'd be a place I'd go back to.
What if they were all Tom Hanks? No particular reason. I don't have a problem with Tom Hanks. Just
Not even urinals. They were just actually Tom Hanks from different stages of his career. You got a fucking time machine in there. Pee-pee in my mouth, Josh.
Or you got the Forrest Gump version. Pee in my mouth, Josh.
They call everybody Josh. I mean, these are clones, so.
And you get to like one of them, and you're like, wait, what Tom Hanks are you? And he's like, actually, I'm Dick Van Dyke. Just throw a random Dick Van Dyke in there.
Now get it out and do it.
He's Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins, though. He's all covered in soot.
Okay.
Wants you to hose him down, clean him off.
Clean me with your pee-pee.
Clean me with your pee-pee daddy.
Just hear the woodsy sound.
Ooh, now that would be a urinal, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a face, but you have to like push a button and it opens and it goes Wah! And then when you're done and you walk away, there's a sensor in the mouth. Sees that there's nobody standing there, it flushes, it goes, oh. Love it.
So, someone
As you
linked
piss,
me.
it goes gulp, gulp, gulp.
Oh no.
Someone linked me to a video of his the other day. I guess he got kind of internet popular doing like Queen Baby or something, where he puts his face over his child's
daughter,
face.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're like, this is fucking hilarious. I'm like, yeah, it is pretty funny. That guy's great. Wait till you see this video.
Uh-huh.
And it didn't have the same effect, but for my money, that video is like, that's a goat internet
yeah.
video.
It's just a shame that it doesn't loop
Yeah.
when you watch it on like YouTube. Because I would sit and watch that for like a good 20 minutes.
I never cared about Vine, but if I'd seen that video, I may have actually watched Vine.
Yeah, you just need to see the right je ne sais quoi. Fine.
Yeah. No, all of his Bort was that character.
Yeah.
With the googly
Yeah,
eyes.
Bort.
Yeah, I
All of
remember
the
him.
Bort videos were so good. It's a shame about Vine. Like, that could have continued to be a viable platform if it weren't for fucking capitalism.
Yep.
The only reason it died is because they couldn't monetize it. TikTok, their monetization scheme is actually pretty genius. I don't know if you know how it works.
I don't.
The videos are so short, you can't like put an ad on a video. So they just put them between the videos as their own video. So when you're flipping up through, you'll occasionally get an ad. And that way, advertisers have no reason to get upset about the content that their ad videos are being played on, because they're not being played on any videos. It's just in the feed.
Yeah.
It's not related to anything. And then they just take a portion of the money that they make from advertising. That's their creator pool. And then they divide up the creator pool among all the people that posted content based on like the traffic that their videos got, like proportion to the traffic that their videos got. The problem is they keep getting more and more ad money, and they do not increase the size of the payout pool for the creators.
So the next night when Dee and I went down there, when I was down there with the guys, they were like, one guy found this arcade down there that we were going to check out, but it was closed for whatever reason. So Dee and I checked it out, and I got excited because I haven't been in an arcade, like an actual arcade with shit I would want to play.
Not like a Dave and Buster's,
right? Not like at the beach. I go in there and it's all
skee ball,
prize machines, big old prize machines and shit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This has old games, so I was like, oh, this is awesome.
They got like the Ninja Turtles game and shit.
Yep. She was like, all right. I was like, we need tokens. She was like, how much do you need? I was like, give me a 20.
At least.
Gives me a 20. Now, I was going off my memory from being in arcades when I was younger, when it wasn't tokens, it was quarters.
Yeah.
and Mortal Kombat was 50 cents.
Yeah.
They're not monetizing.
And that was one of the higher end ones.
They're not monetizing the games there because it's like bowling. It's called like Decades, I think. Decades. So every one credit is one token. I had a lot of fucking tokens.
Yeah, that's what. $20 is 80 tokens?
Yeah, I think I got 40 left. We went.
God damn.
I put some in the.
I mean, that's why I said at least when you said 20, because I expected there to be at least 50 cents a point.
No, no, it's every one credit for everything was a token. Because they're selling the experience, not the game. Mm-hmm. Like, I put one in the Dr. Mario and it ate it, and I was like, whatever. Let's go try something else. So I played around Street Fighter 2.
I didn't know there was a Dr. Mario arcade.
Yeah, there was.
I didn't think there was. Yeah.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, it looked. I mean, I didn't get to play it, but it looked just like the Nintendo game.
I believe it.
So it was probably just the ROM loaded up in like a.
From that era, they did do a lot of arcade conversions where they did make minor changes to the ROM, but it was just a Nintendo. Yeah. It was like Nintendo hardware. Yeah. NES hardware, rather. Right.
Oh yeah, what are those things called? The Play Choice 10s.
Yeah, well, that was literally a Nintendo and like actual like regular retail cartridges. Yeah. But the other ones that they did, usually they were like branded like Versus. Mm-hmm. So it'd be like Versus Dr. Mario or something.
That might have been it.
And they would make changes. Like they had a Super Mario Brothers one where they changed some of the enemies. Like so, like you could do like the 1-up glitch where you just bounce constantly on like a staircase on like a Koopa shell, and you get as many 1-ups as you want. Well, they changed what enemies were in locations where you could do that, so you couldn't do that anymore. That's like the only change.
So I played that. We fucked around on a couple other things. Played Mortal Kombat 3, which was awesome. But Player 1 had a...
Was it Ultimate?
Yeah. Player 1, back button. I had to slam it to get it to work. I was like, well, that's like half Sub-Zero's moveset.
Yeah.
So
at least Mortal Kombat had a dedicated block button, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of fighters, you would hit back to block, and you'd be fucked.
Yeah. And after playing, that's where I got to the point where I was like, oh yeah, I got too many goddamn tokens. So, and off in the distance, they had Simpsons, I saw a Turtles one, but off in the distance, I saw 4-player X-Men. Well, first I saw NBA Jam, and I was like, I could probably get her to play some NBA Jam. But as we kind of got closer, it was like the X-Men. I was like, oh, we're going to beat that. Mm-hmm. Come on.
Come on, we're beating it.
Yeah, so...
You didn't go through $20 worth of quarters beating that?
No, and I fucking...
With 2 players?
Yeah, and I spammed the fuck out of Colossus's... Because it kills... It,
yeah.
If you... Yeah, run...
You pay
if
with
you don't
life.
have... Yeah, if you don't have the little charges, it uses your life. I mean, I spammed it, and I still probably have $10 worth of tokens.
That's crazy.
But... I don't know. It must just be because people are fatter now than they were when we were children, I think. Well, obviously we were smaller too.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you ever could have fit 4 people on that arcade machine.
Only if they're little children.
That's it. Yeah. There is no other way. I was player 1, she was player 4, and we were shoulder to shoulder.
Let alone the 6-person one.
Well, the 6-person one at least had 2 screens in it. There was more room.
Oh, you could spread out a little
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I miss? The fucking Captain America game.
Yeah, they didn't have that. I did have my eye open for that. I love that game.
It was so good. Yeah. At Chuck E. Cheese in Harrisburg. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If that's where I played.
That was the shit.
I told her, I was like, well, next time we come down, we can play Turtles. And she was like, oh, that's fun. I was like, it's exactly the same game we just played.
It is. Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I was like...
Simpsons?
Yeah.
Beat them up?
Yeah, they had that too. Yeah, and I was like...
That's awesome.
Once we beat Turtles, we can go to Simpsons. Guess what? She was like, same game. I was like, pretty much.
Honestly, I really liked the graphics in the Simpsons one, though.
Yeah.
The art style was really good for...
Yeah, I like the Simpsons. We beat it one time at my house, you and me, on the Xbox.
Yeah, totally.
Yep. That's when Xbox Arcade was fresh and exciting.
Right. Back when I was willing to pay for digital games, too.
What I've taken away from this is this arcade's going to be my strip club cover. Because when you go to the bank and you're like, hey, can I get 21s? They're like, sure, what do you need 21s for?
Go to the arcade.
Going to the arcade.
It's a cheap arcade. I don't want to end up with too many tokens
Yeah.
left over.
Mind your business.
Can I get 100 singles?
Stay there.
Don't put your spit on them. They're going to somebody's
Yeah.
panties later.
I prefer my money clean when I give it to a stripper.
Do you do money laundering? Can we make sure this is sterile?
The meat company was kind of cool too, because if you go to like these fancy food restaurants, I don't want to say that.
Fancy food restaurants as opposed to
Yeah.
fancy non-food
Yeah.
restaurants.
Yeah,
Fancy restaurants where they just feed you
like
napkins.
not.
They're nice napkins.
Yeah, yeah.
You need anything?
No, I'm still dealing with the headaches.
I got Tylenol.
Nah,
I don't know if that's going to do any good for you, but
I don't think it is. I just gotta hope it works its way out of my system.
yeah.
We did. I don't want to say fancy because it wasn't fancy. What's the word?
But you
Gourmet.
did want to say food restaurants.
Yes,
though.
food restaurant. Like, did mean to say. Gourmet restaurants, but not boutique. Boutique is probably the right word. It's like we go in there and it's packed. Put in your order. I wanted to go because they had beef tallow fries.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I had just watched a bunch of videos about beef tallow, and I was interested in beef tallow, and I saw beef tallow fries, and I was like, it's on.
McDonald's used to cook their fries
Yeah.
in beef tallow until the scare over. Was it saturated fat?
Trans fats, wasn't it?
I
No,
don't think it was.
No,
I don't think it was.
saturated fats were first.
Yeah. And then they changed it and never changed it back, even though we found out that what they're using now is worse for you than the beef tallow.
Yeah, because trans fats are bad.
Yeah.
The saturated ones are less, a lot less bad.
And then the unsaturated are the good ones?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Something like that. Trans fat's definitely bad.
Yeah,
We got that
that's
down.
right. That's right. Yeah. But I was in there and I'm laughing because I was like looking at all the guys behind the counter, and you could tell who the owner was and who the head beef guy was. And
The head beef.
I was like,
He's the big beef around here.
what? It's because I'm thinking like I'm in Lancaster. These guys were probably at 1,000 shows that we went to here in Lancaster, and then they realized there's no money in punk rock, so they started a beef company.
Started making burgers.
Yep, because there's like they're playing Rancid over the. I'm like, this is every like small shop gourmet place now that I go into is like that's what Nito was for a while. It was very punk rock.
Not complaining.
Yeah, no, it's
Give me more punk rock restaurants.
yeah, no, absolutely. It was just
More fancy punk rock food
yeah,
restaurants.
yeah. It was interesting.
I can actually feel myself sinking down in this chair now.
Oh.
It's interesting. We'll see if I go through it by the end of the night. The seat's made of cardboard.
Yeah.
So I told Casey, she got back to me. She was like, "Oh, I took the chair over to Abby's, and
okay.
I forgot to bring it back."
Yeah,
I'm like, "Okay, well, I found the weird blue cardboard one under the stairs," and she's like, "The what?" I'm like, "You didn't even know we had this chair."
It's from the before time. I've been playing some toxic video games lately.
great.
People I play ESO with, a couple of them bought Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, wonderful.
And I was like, well, I liked the original Modern Warfare. I had some fun with that, and I wasn't awful at it, but I stopped buying Call of Duty games because, you saw what they became.
They're just kind of, same game.
Yeah.
They changed the plot up, but the gameplay is basically...
And I mean, it's...
I assume there's a bunch of microtransactions and shit.
Oh,
Oh,
God, you
God.
pay $70 just to get advertisements.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. You pay $70, and the first thing they hit you with when you go into the game is buy the battle pass.
Oh my god.
And they're not even like short single screen
Oh, this is EA,
advertisements.
right?
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
watch this 3 fucking minute video that's an advertisement for the battle pass.
Oh my god.
You can't even skip it.
No,
Fuck
you got
that.
locked into that.
I'd
thing.
be asking for a fucking
Oh yeah, I'd be getting
refund.
refund immediately.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it had downloaded an update, so I was like, oh, okay, so it's probably just gonna play the opening cinematic and shit all over again.
No.
That's annoying, but okay.
If
No,
it only
it-
does it when it updates, whatever.
Yeah, gets through the entire thing, and it's a battle pass ad, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And everything in that game just pops up by the battle pass. Paid $70 fucking for this.
That's insane.
And the people I play with are younger, so they've grown up on
Yeah,
Call
that's
of
all
Duty.
they know.
They got those fucking Call of Duty reflexes
It's all
in their
muscle
bodies.
memory.
So,
Yeah.
like, you join a game with them, and you're in like lobbies with like some sweaty ass players. You're just getting mowed the fuck down. And you see like the kill screen. It's like, how the fuck does anybody even react like that? How do they know how to do that?
Yeah. It's even more impressive when you're playing on a console and like
Yeah.
they're using a controller to
What's his
react
fuck?
that fast.
From Josh. Love Drafts guy.
Yeah.
Oh, stand by.
Yes, yeah. First time I played Halo was with him, and I was like,
How did you do that?
yeah, what
physically?
What, not only like
I know
that-
what buttons you press.
Yeah, like
but how
that's
did it
even
work?
crazier to me because he's like our age. He didn't grow up with it. He just like
Yeah, Halo was like
yeah.
high school or later.
That came out like 2002 or 3 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit. That was impressive as fuck.
I was never good at Halo.
Never played it enough to get good at it.
I figure
Never
like
wasn't good at it.
if I've gone down this rabbit hole, maybe I'll try Fortnite out. See what that's about. 'cause
Oh,
I,
I saw
I
that.
know some people
yeah.
who play that, and I was like,
This is
man,
the
I'm
kind of post that Facebook feels the need to tell me
fuck
happened.
Facebook right now.
It's like Josh Hulsh posted an update. I'm like, oh, what did Josh say? Oh, he got a dub in Fortnite on his second game.
Yeah, I'm like, if I'm this good at Fortnite, this has got to be a shit game.
And
Tony
just
Stork's
uninstalled it.
like, they're bots. You beat bots. They put bots in your first couple games. Like,
Really?
oh, that makes a lot of sense.
That explains why my only game I've ever played, I got third.
Yeah.
Because I'm not good enough to beat bots.
Yeah.
But it was a self-esteem booster.
It's like, yeah. There's a couple like human players in it, but I guess like the majority of it is just bots. And then I'm like,
Okay.
that means my first game I got killed by bots.
I probably could have got behind PUBG if I played it when it came out.
If you wanted to pay for it.
Yeah, that was a thing. Well, when it, yeah, exactly. If I
It was like
wanted
$30 or something.
to just play an unfinished game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like early
For a
access,
long
$30.
time.
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even buy Prison Architect, and that game is way more my speed
yeah,
for, $30.
yeah. I probably because that I thought that was an interesting like idea, the shrinking map. That's kind of cool. But then my nephews were trying to teach me Fortnite, and I was like,
Oh, with the building mechanics. And
Yeah, I was
shit?
like,
Yeah.
Why?
They put out a no build version, which is what I played because I'm like, I'm not gonna play this shit if I got to build.
yeah, it made like
You're not going to be competitive if you're not building.
Yeah.
And I'll be damned if I'm learning how that
right.
works.
There were we like got it going on 3 different consoles, computers in my house, so the 3 of us could play, so they could teach me. And then like they were like, okay, let's go. And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I think I saw him go down over there, and there's a fucking fortress in my way. I was like, what? This game makes no goddamn sense.
Right?
Like, tell me why that. Like, if you had some lore to explain to me why we could do this, but there is nothing.
There's nothing.
It's like you're a dude with a banana for a head, and you just built a fortress in front of me.
I think the lore behind it is like when they were creating it, it was just another fucking build shit game.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, let's let people
Battle
shoot each
Royale
other.
was the free mode.
And it, yeah.
Yeah.
mean, we had some shit games growing up that made no sense, but schizophrenia was rare in a video game because you actually had to buy it. You couldn't just like try it out. And...
Let me tell you, the real toxic piece of shit game that I tried. Anyone familiar with Smite?
Is that like a?
It's like a MOBA.
Smite is a MOBA.
Yeah, I have some coworkers that play it.
Is it the one where everybody, like all the characters, are various deities?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's free to play, and it's not like it really is free to pay, free to play. You know, you can spend like $30 to unlock all the gods, but you can also unlock the gods through in-game means, and they always have like a free rotation of gods on top of the ones that are just always free.
Okay.
So it's legit a free-to-play game.
That sounds like a good business model.
I've got a friend who plays it, and he's like, this game is dying. We need new people to play it. Try it out. And he's nagged me enough over the last few months that I was finally like, fine, I'll fucking download it. You can show me what it's about. And you go in there, and it is the most toxic piece of shit in the world.
Which kind of explains why it's dying.
Yeah, and I'd played like 2 games, and my friend wasn't playing. You know, he was off doing his own thing. But I'm like, all right, I'm trying to learn how to play this. I've watched a couple YouTube videos just to like get a basic idea of what the skills do, what I'm supposed to do. No, like second game in there, these 2 guys are just going off, and it's like a 3-versus-3 match, so you know who they're both going off on about who's trash. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm new. what do you want?
Does the
like,
game not
want you to do better? It's like, bro,
Shit.
I don't know what I'm doing. Like, it's obvious.
Does the game not have like a ranking matchmaking system?
I thought so,
You would think.
but like,
You would think.
And-
Fuck, let me play against bots for my first couple of games.
yeah, and it's not just that match. Like, the majority of matches you go in there with, you've got someone just railing on someone. And it's not always me, but someone has, like, especially pissed off some player who knows what they're doing, and they're just shitting all over them in chat. And I'm sitting there like, you know, I like the concept behind this game, but I don't want to do this. I can tell why the game is dying.
Yeah.
Like, fucking have fun destroying what little community you have, because free game, and you go in and you try to like queue up for a match, and it repeatedly comes back and tells you need to wait longer to queue for this match because it's looking for people to fill.
Yeah.
So it's like, if this game is in such a sorry state that
Maybe that's why the matchmaking is
Yeah.
all fucked up. Nobody's playing it.
Yeah. It takes it.
I mean, it is fucking toxic as hell. And when you're like, look, I'm sorry, I'm new, I'm trying to learn what to do here, and they're like, fuck you, get better. It's like, fuck you. Wait 5 minutes for your next game.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a cool idea at the idea of the game actually feels cool. Like, I can get behind the MOBA idea, but just that little exposure is like, you know what, I don't really want to play MOBAs, because I remember that people who play video games online are typically assholes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like you want to fucking go back and play Dota offline just to get the experience of what it is without. Is League of Legends even a thing anymore still?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I have a few friends that play
It's
League.
probably impossible to get into.
Yeah, that's the thing with MOBAs too, is like they're so meta-centric.
Yeah.
Like you need to know what to do in a situation. It's a lot like an RTS game.
Yeah.
Playing it online.
Yeah.
But like,
That shit sucks.
and then when you've got that toxic community there, anybody who doesn't perform optimally, like as if they were a bot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is gonna get shit on and never play again.
Yeah. I've
Get-
never
you-
found a good online game that I really latched onto. Maybe like, yeah, I don't think so.
I was playing Town of Salem quite a bit for a while, but that's like online werewolf.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's not like a game.
Among Us was cool for a while.
I've only
That was
ever played
fun.
like 3 or 4 games of Among Us though too.
Yeah, I don't think I played after we
Yeah.
all played that one time. But
Yeah. I wouldn't mind playing it again.
it's a fun game.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
They have VR now too. You can play Among Us in VR.
Like you're walking around. That's
Oh.
kind of cool.
Yep.
Fucking terrifying.
You can see
Yeah.
your little hands. But during an actual like gameplay part, like when you're voting, you can see people's hands. When you're not voting, when you're actually playing, you can't see people's hands.
You can't see what.
But you
they're
can still
actually-
see your own hands. So if you're not aware that other people can't see your hands, there were some funny videos I watched
Yeah.
on YouTube because of that. Yeah, it seemed
That
pretty
would be
neat.
interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, that like, I like online games with like new styles of gameplay. Nothing competitive that I've really played. That I've really even MMOs. I've tried a
People
couple
just
and
go
they just
too
don't.
hard.
My
And
biggest
when
problem.
people are going
yeah.
that hard and you can't keep up with them, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with MMOs
Even when they're not
from the outset.
abusing you verbally.
From the outset was I thought. Now looking back, I think I was looking for D&D the whole time I was trying them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got Ultima Online, and nobody was RPing, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't nearly what I was looking for." And then that's what it became. You know?
I'll tell you, if you want RP, you could play ESO, because there are some fucking weird RPers there, man.
Yeah, and
you go into a tavern and fucking rift it.
and now I think it's now I'm like, well, that would have been weird.
I mean, I told you about the time somebody tried to seduce me at the Crossroads Inn in WoW, right?
I don't think so.
No.
Allow me to regale you with this tale. So back in the day, this would have been Wrath of the Lich King era.
Okay.
The place to hang out if you were Horde,
Mm-hmm.
if not in a city, which honestly, if you were just hanging out and you weren't trying to take care of any like auction house stuff or banking or whatever, you weren't in a capital city. You would go to the Crossroads. And it would
the Crossroads.
right, and it was fucking popping at the Crossroads most of the time. So I'm hanging out in the Crossroads one time, and somebody walks up and starts talking to me, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And they're like, here, come over here, and I'm like, okay. So I like follow them, and they go into the inn, and they walk over to one of the beds in the inn, and they're like, okay, lie down, and I'm like. Like, I know, yes, you can lie down in these beds, but like, number one, this isn't even an RP server. This is just like a PvE server. I'm like, I'm gonna do it and see what happens. And meanwhile, I'm guild chatting like Amanda, like, oh my god, somebody just roped me into a weird RP session at the Crossroads and you need to come watch this. But I don't think I think she was like in an instance or something. Like, she wasn't available to actually come watch. And I lay down on the thing, and this guy's like, okay, now relax. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. And they were like, can I get you anything to drink? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take a water. So they go to the innkeeper, buy me a refreshing spring water for like 3 copper, bring it over, and open a trade window. And I'm like, what is happening? And they like start offering me like a massage and shit. And I'm like, you know what, bro? I'm going to go grind levels or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need this shit right
It's
now.
like,
but
I got a level for you to grind.
Right.
Grind this dick. I'm gonna grind this dick into your
I
mouth.
call my dick the level.
That refreshing spring water ain't free, honey.
I call my dick the level because it makes people realize how straight they are.
Yeah, man. I tried Ultima Online.
You sure did.
That was fun. I got Josh to play, and I told him what server to get on, but I think I never told you my name. And I saw him, and I just started streaking without telling. He didn't know it was me. I started being real weird and running around him and shit.
That's awesome.
Then I tried City of Heroes.
I remember that.
Nobody fucking played it.
Mm-hmm.
At least
Really?
right off the bat. So it was basically solo.
Didn't they do another game?
City of Villains was
It
an
was City of
expansion.
Villains,
Yeah,
okay.
which is what I should have been playing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I played... Like, I was trying to play basically DC's Black Adam.
Okay.
And you had to grind like a motherfucker till you could fly.
Oh.
And I like, by the time I could... My idea was... I was like, I want to float everywhere, because I always thought that was cool about Black Adam. He just kind of stood there. He was better than you, so he would just float. I was like, yeah, I like that.
Floating like you're better than
Yeah.
me.
So that's how I wanted to play my character. And by the time I could fly, I was like, I am so done with this game.
You did the Old Republic too, didn't you?
I played that, but I really played it like a solo game. I played it specifically because I was told you can solo the main story.
So by that time you were like over the MMO.
Yeah, I
thing.
was like, fine. Well, I tried WoW too before that.
WoW. No, I guess Ultima was my first, but my computer died like right away,
Yeah.
so I only played that for like a week.
I didn't play for very long either.
And WoW, everybody stopped playing like right after you started.
Yeah. Well,
It's a damn shame.
yeah, Amanda roped me into playing that real hard, and then I bought it, but I didn't have a graphics card because I didn't.
Oh, you were getting like
Play
3
games on-
FPS and
Yeah.
Orgrimmar.
Yeah, I was getting like 3 FPS, so I went out. I bought a shitty graphics card, and as soon as I installed it, everyone stopped playing like 2 days later.
That's fucked up.
So, yeah, got out of WoW. I played DCU online for like,
I think I tried that
yeah.
for a hot minute. It was alright.
I played that for like maybe a month, but I never really knew what I was doing, and I didn't understand that you can't really solo. At least I couldn't solo that shit because I didn't really know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But MMO, you kind of need people to go do shit with. Well, that didn't happen, so I fell off from that. I think it's free now. Maybe I'll put it on the PlayStation
I think it
when I get
is,
home,
yeah.
just to see
It's
if
been
I
free
still
for
have
a
an
while.
account.
I think I tried it because it was free.
Yeah, I went back and I played WoW for a little bit, but I still didn't really wrap my head around MMOs.
Yeah.
And then I started ESO because they had like a free weekend, and I found that you actually could play that alone. So I soloed ESO for a long ass time before I actually started playing shit with other people. And now I'm down that rabbit hole where, like, I don't know, you just have your own clique that you do shit with, and there's other people who you sometimes pull into things with, like, this person's kind of trash. I mean, I'm not going to call them out because I'm not going to be some asshole like you're running into Smite, but it's like, well, you're just choosing this person to fucking fill something. So yeah, there is like this uncomfortable elite nature that's kind of creeping into it.
I actually started playing WoW again on a private server. Wrath of the Lich King, of course, because I'm not a big fan of anything Cataclysm or later. Number one, playing WoW on modern hardware, it's like fucking butter now.
Yeah,
That game's so
yeah.
old. I was getting 120 FPS. Like, I capped it at 120 just because I didn't want to, going too crazy. There's no reason to go over 120 on 120 hertz display.
Right.
But like, man, it runs great.
Yeah.
And this server actually does have pretty good scripting, so like there's not a whole lot of stuff that's broken, like on a lot of private servers. The drawback of this server, and I didn't realize this until I was probably level 10 or 12, but it's a 5x server. You get 5 times the experience for everything, so like you level up pretty fast. I played it for a couple of days and had a mount already, so that was nice. But everybody on this server is Russian. It's a Russian server, and there's a thing that pops up in chat every so often, in like world chat, that says if you are an English speaker and or seeking English speaking players, type join/6 or whatever to join the English channel. And so I did, and I'm always in the English channel when I'm on, and every time I look to see who's in it, and it's always me and either nobody else or one other person whose name is in Cyrillic. And they never say anything. So I'm like, I'm literally the only person here.
Yeah.
And it's weird because you're playing an MMO, there are other people running around, not nearly as many as there would be if it was like a Blizzard server, but you run into people sometimes and you can't communicate with them even if they're your same faction. I had a guy follow me into an area that I was trying to like go for a quest in, and every time I would pull an enemy, he was like 20 levels higher than me. Every time I would pull an enemy, he would just kill it, and I would get credit for it because I started the combat. But like, I'm trying to play a game here, bro. That's like if you're playing Tetris and every time a piece comes down, somebody else grabs the controller and puts it where it should go. Like, what are you doing? It's been pretty fun. I kind of stopped playing it because I was just busy for about the last week or so. But yeah, I made decent progress in only a few days. So I'll probably keep playing it. I've never leveled a wizard past not wizard, mage. I've never leveled a mage higher than like maybe level 10 or so.
I've been trying to find something to play. But like I look through my Steam backlog and I'm like, you got so many fucking games here. And so many games you do want to play. But none of them, and I don't want to spend any money when I have all this shit to play.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm just like, well, what's the point of having all this shit that maybe someday the moon phase is right that I'm going to actually play it when this other whatever is like $10. But then I'm like, well, if I buy it, am I going to play it? I don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah. God damn.
The only thing that
Paralysis.
the only thing that comes out that I actually end up playing when I buy it is like asymmetric games. So like when West of Loathing came out, I played the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Shadows Over Loathing came out, I'm on my second playthrough. But like most of the time a game will drop and I'll be like, oh, that's really cool. Oh, it's not very expensive, I'll just buy it. I install it and never launch it.
Yeah, very, very few now. Like the new Fallen Order game will be coming out in March. And it's a game where I'm just like, I loved that first one. But I don't know if I want to spend $70 to play this on release.
That's how it was with Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
what's the second one?
Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Close enough.
Horizon 1 Dawn. No, it was
I
like
gotta look
Horizon. It wasn't Infinity.
Infinite?
Something on those lines, I think.
Forbidden West.
Forbidden West. Yeah, it was nothing
We were so
like
close.
that.
Like when I started playing Zero Dawn, I was not sure that it was my thing because I just had like stealth around so much because anytime one of those fucking things looked at me, it's like I'm dead.
Yeah.
But as I got into it, I was like, this is a really fucking good game. I enjoy the shit out of this. And when the sequel finally came out, it was just like,
Do I want to do that again?
yeah. You know, and Elden Ring had come out at the same time, which I think stole a lot of Horizon's thunder. But even after Elden Ring, which, I mean, I platinumed, but I was still very about it. I just platinumed it to be able to say, all right, I've fucking completely owned a Souls game now. I don't ever have to do this shit again.
Got my badge, I'm done.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. Even seeing Forbidden West on sale, I'm just like, I don't know why. I love the first game, but yeah.
I think the only stuff that I'm looking forward to that I know of, because I'm not that plugged in, is the new Fallen Order game. Whenever Dragon Quest 12 comes out.
Eventually.
Yeah. I mean, if Dragon Quest 11 is down to like $30, $25. If it hits 20, I do want to play it again. I 100% want to play it again.
Has Dragon Quest 11 been out?
A couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one I bought for Switch that I never played.
I really want to play through it.
I'm surprised it's so expensive still.
Still, I mean, it got rave reviews.
And this Dragon Quest.
And this is a.
It's free on PlayStation now.
Oh.
Well, free if you got Plus.
Yeah.
Is it the S edition or whatever?
The super elusive definitive edition.
Yeah, that's the one I want to play because that has the where you can switch between completely 2D game or completely 3D game.
Oh, okay.
That's why I want to replay it. And there's like some extra stuff in there too.
Do you have PS Plus?
No.
I don't know. It might be worth getting it for a month just to play it.
Yeah, fuck.
Cheaper than buying it, yeah.
I'll download it and share play.
Right?
Yeah, it'll be cheaper actually. Yeah, I think that's all I even know of. That's. I think part of the problem is working from home in my basement. I don't want to be down there. At first it was fine, but now I'm on calls and shit all day. Then now I'm just like, I don't want to be sitting here.
Yeah, that's your workspace.
Yeah,
now.
like I gotta separate that because I don't want to use I filled my time.
I did that for a
shit,
while.
I gotta find some way to separate because it's just collecting dust now.
I did that for a while with our second bedroom upstairs. We turned it into an office. So like with D&D, that was always in that room.
Yeah.
But it made sense because there was a lot of stuff that needed to be at like arm's reach when I was like making e-liquid and stuff. And then when I started at Versatile, that also just became my work area. I just set up my laptop there and plugged it into the same monitor that I was using for D&D. And eventually I was like, well, I want to like make this more of like a craft / maker space kind of thing. So I 3D printed an adapter for my monitor stand on my desk in the bedroom, so that I could just put my laptop on it, and it's just there as like another screen for like Slack, and I work there, and I've got like I guess it is a KVM switch, but it's not like a nice one, but it works fine.
Yeah,
you just push a button, swaps between them. And I've got everything hooked up to it, so it's like it changes the display, but then it also changes keyboard and mouse, obviously, and then like I have like my webcam plugged into it, so whatever computer is on that webcam. It's a nice setup, but at the same time, you're like, well, this is why I work. Yeah. This is where I do my work stuff. This is where I get fucking frustrated and pissed off all day.
Exactly. Like we use Citrix VDA, so I remote in to a full desktop. But that was causing my machine to blue screen. So now I run a VM to remote into my work VM, where I install test stuff on a VM. It's wild. I'm so crazy.
Y'all want to play some games?
Sure.
Spark, take a look at this subspace news article. Some fool blew his own face off while cleaning a loaded phaser.
Fascinating, Captain. Was it someone aboard the Enterprise?
No, Spark, it happened in Florida.
Yeah.
There's
Can you
some
hand me
games
the
looking
box?
forward to.
Just so I can be prepared this time and don't spend 15 minutes opening the box up. Thanks, man.
All right. We got a couple states this week for Florida, as we do whenever we play Florida. They are, of course, Florida, Missouri, and Mississippi.
Ooh.
We got the mms this week.
Mfs.
The actuallys this week.
You said Missouri and Mississippi.
Yes.
In Florida. Male, female.
I mean, I knew Florida.
MMFs.
Multi-motherfuckers.
Headline number 1. KFC customer shoots employee over corn outage. Yes, this man was not happy to be informed he could not have his side of corn. The corn is all gone.
This guy stepped in 4 potholes on his way in.
Bang, bang, shot him down.
Yep, 3 potholes. You're okay. That 4th one sets you over the edge.
Oh, yeah. I mean, corn. There's no corn? What do you mean there's no corn? You're a chicken place. How can you not have corn? It's not like it's Kentucky Fried fucking corn. Deal with it.
Headline number 2. Man arrested after stolen iPad gives away his location. Tells police he knew that thing would track him. Final headline.
God damn it.
Genius MAGA pastor wants voting rights repealed because Democrats win elections.
Wait, that's in a specific state?
Yes.
Okay.
This guy wants an all-electoral college. The Republicans can control it.
Oh, boy.
Well, as our current butterweight champion, you want to tell me that Florida
Sure.
red meat?
I'll put the corn shooting in Florida.
Okay.
The MAGA shit in Missouri. And the tracking iPad in Mississippi.
Now we are moving over to the dollar menu kid.
All right, so I knew that thing would track me. Strikes me as a very Missouri thing to say. I'm going to put the iPad in Missouri.
Did you go to Missouri? Is that where you were? No, you were in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it was Wisconsin.
Right.
I've been in Missouri, but just passing through. It's a flyover state. We don't know anybody in Missouri, do we?
I don't think.
Okay, good.
Does anybody?
Dracula's in Missouri.
We know one person.
They're in St. Louis. So what we've got left is the corn.
Yeah, the corn shooting.
And a MAGA.
And the MAGA dude.
MAGA pastor.
I mean, all 3 of those are like red states, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. The blue holdout of Mississippi.
You know what? I'm going to break with my better judgment, and I'm going to put the corn shooter in Mississippi, and I'm going to put the MAGA thing in Florida. It's not crazy enough to be a Florida, but I think it might be this time.
Okay.
All right. So in Mississippi, we had our MAGA pastor.
Oh, okay.
In Missouri, we had the KFC shooting.
Oh.
And in Florida, we had the man who knew that iPad was going to give him away. So our winner on account of no correct Florida, and still
no decision.
Did you get one of those right?
He got Missouri right.
Yeah.
And I went 0 for 3.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Red Meat. Very
This is
prestigious
not a-
win.
yeah, it's
rolled out of the ring and took the count out.
It's really not a win that feels good.
I rolled out of the ring and took the count out while the other guy tried to pin himself.
Winning by default is never satisfying. That's something. Well, all right. Let us play some fucking... actually.
All right.
This question is about Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Okay.
Not my strong suit.
The knights who say "ni" refuse to let Arthur and his knights pass unless they obtain a shrubbery. And once they do, the knights who say "ni" demand that they find a second shrubbery, and then cut down the mightiest tree in the forest with a herring. This is a really, really pedantic one.
Actually, they don't say knee, they say nay.
That's not correct, but
I'm on the right road.
You're kind of on the right road.
I've never seen the film.
You've never seen it?
No. No.
I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. It's not my favorite Monty Python movie, though.
Actually, is it the tallest tree in the forest?
No, apparently it was the mightiest tree in the forest. I'm just gonna give the answer to this one. It's actually after the first challenge, the knights no longer say "ni."
Oh, fuck that.
By then, they have become the knights who say "eki eki eki eki
Oh, that's
patang
right.
zuboing."
Well, if I saw it, I would have caught that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean,
if
I don't
had
know.
seen-
I don't know because they're just known as the knights who say "ni."
Yeah.
There was that throwaway
you
gag
don't
where they
really
don't say
think
that
of it.
anymore.
Yeah.
And the gag was that they say we are now no longer the knights who say "ni," we're the knights who say "eki eki eki patang
I
zuboing."
probably remember that.
But
Well-
then all of the subordinate knights keep saying "ni" in the background, and they keep shushing them.
If I saw that recently, I would say I would have caught that.
Do you want to try another one? Just to
Yeah, give
Yeah.
us something.
Yeah.
This one's about Star Trek. Ooh, this one's about the original series of Star Trek.
All right, I gotta fight. I got a puncher's chance in this one at least.
Oh boy.
I watched it.
Wait, no, it's not just about the... Okay. There have been several starships with the moniker Enterprise, and thus several different captains, including James T. Kirk, Jean-Luc Picard, Catherine Janeway, and Jonathan Archer.
Never heard the Jonathan Archer name before,
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
so I would actually
Not
say he
surprising.
wasn't a captain or something.
Incorrect. He was the captain of the first Starship Enterprise. He was from Star Trek Enterprise, actually.
Oh, is that a prequel?
That's yeah, it's the very beginnings of
Okay.
like Starfleet. That he was played
Wait.
by Scott Bakula,
Wait,
Oh.
wait.
and they had Gene
Lieutenant.
Stockwell in an episode.
No,
too.
Janeway was a lieutenant, right?
No, Janeway was a captain.
Really?
Yeah.
Was she a lieutenant ever?
I mean, I'm sure at some point, but not.
But
while
not
we
that I
were
would have
seeing the
heard.
show. We never saw her as a lieutenant.
Okay, well, my misogyny is taking over there. Latent misogyny takes over.
She got a push. She can't possibly be a captain. They only give starships to manly men. Let me just give you this one too.
Read
Yeah.
it one more time for
Okay.
me.
There have been several starships with the moniker Enterprise, and thus several different captains, including James T. Kirk, Jean-Luc Picard, Catherine Janeway, and Jonathan Archer.
Several different starships with the moniker Enterprise. Something with that, I bet.
Nope, you actually hit on what was incorrect when you mentioned Janeway. There is something about Janeway that is
It's
incorrect.
like not the right name or something.
No, that's the right name.
I don't know.
Catherine Janeway never captained a ship called Enterprise. She was Star Trek Voyager. Her ship was called Voyager. Yeah. Yeah.
If I was on this show, I would be very upset.
Let me hit you with one of these.
Yeah? You want to hit
Yeah.
me with one of these?
Let me hit you with one of these.
Oh, those are all wrapped, I think.
Where are the unwraps?
Wait, is this? I didn't look at it, but it's another fucking Monty Python one.
All right. A narrator reading the book of the film informs us the four other knights that join Arthur on his quest: Sir Bedivere the Wise, Sir Lancelot the Brave, Sir Galahad the Pure, and Sir Robin the not quite so brave as Sir Lancelot.
Actually, there was another knight, Sir, not appearing in this film.
You son of a bitch. I'm always like, I'm awful at this. There's no way Doug's good at it, too. No, Doug fucking
If
nailed
you
it.
get a topic that I know about, I'm good. Hit me with the next one.
Gonna hit him with the best shot. I'm actually far away. Alright, we got a 1979 book.
What book?
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Oh!
Galaxy describes
He's gonna
Vogons
get
as
this
one
one.
of the most unpleasant one of the most unpleasant races in the galaxy. They are notable for destroying Earth in order to make way for a hyperspace express route and for creating the worst poetry in the universe.
Actually, it's the second worst poetry in the universe. The first worst poetry was some British lady whose name I can't remember. No?
I mean, you were on the right track, but actually, it's the third worst.
Third
poetry.
worst.
After that, written by the Asgoths of Krea and by Paula Nancy Millstone Jennings of Earth.
I remembered her, but not.
See, I would have never fucking got that.
Yeah.
Never.
I mean, the next one up is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and I would not get it.
Yeah, no. Not a Jules Verne aficionado.
All right,
Doc Brown was.
I got a joke of the week for y'all.
Doc Brown was.
Oh, goody! It's my favorite part of the show, the joke of the week.
What did one tampon say to the other?
Oh my god.
What did one tampon say to the other?
Want to hang out?
That is a good one.
It's not bad. It's bad, but it's not bad.
Doug?
I got
What did one tampon say to the other? Nothing. They were both stuck-up cunts. Joke of the week, everybody.
That's great.
Thanks for listening.
But you cannot fuck around with...
You're fired, Adam! You're all washed up in this business.